All right, we're in the booth trending with my man Dennis Garland. Welcome back to our Tri-State Trends podcast. Happy to have you here, Dennis. How you doing today, my brother?
Hey man, I'm glad to be here. I'm doing phenomenal, feeling good.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling phenomenal because I'm feeling phenomenal with you as my guest. Thank you for getting on with us, and I'm excited to talk about some of the things you're doing now. Before we do that, my man, let's talk a little bit about the journey you had pre FFL, without mentioning any company names, but just kind of what were you doing prior, and then how you found us at FFL.
Yeah, absolutely. So prior to insurance in general, um, I've been a full-time musician. So Billboard charting artist, writer, producer with a group called the Signifying Project, and then got started and I got licensed about 2018. Matter of fact, right, yeah, I got licensed 2018, about 3 days after my birthday in January. And then from there, was with that company for about 5 years. Um, you know, Building a team, winning some trips, things of that nature. And one of the main things that I really got into the this industry um, was because I wanted freedom. I
Hmm.
didn't want to. I didn't. I haven't as a musician. I didn't work a 9 to 5 for about 11, 12 years. So I was
Got it.
already not, kind of moving to do my own thing. But this industry, and then my father was he was insurance and
Okay.
things like that. And so uh, he didn't necessarily influence the decision, but one thing he always said was he said, "Hey, look, Junior, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to be in commissions." And
you got you
the
got to
reality,
pay in commissions. I
you
like the
got
way
to be
that
in commissions,
sounds.
man. That was it. That was just straightforward like that, Mark. He was like, "Man, if you want to make money, you got to be in commissions, man. You so pretty much got to be in something that has no ceiling in it." And that's what it was. So, fast forward, doing some things there, but I had to start really looking at my situation. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, building, so forth, so on, man. And FFL, man, it just came in at the right time. You know what I mean? And everything just it was just right. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially when you talk about how you can build over here, commission, stuff like that, and then bringing in new agents and being able to put them in a position that where they can come in and really make money, whether they want to build or not, was so appealing to me. Because I know I want to build, but everybody who I bring in is not going to want to do that. But I at least want them to be able to feel comfortable being able to move the needle at their own pace. So,
Got it.
so that's where I'm at right now.
So the company you came from, would you say that it taught you to be a builder? Were you a natural builder even prior to that?
I would say it taught me to be a builder. I naturally had leadership skills in general because of ministry, things of that nature. Being a minister of music in my church, usually the MD in the bands that I play for. But that company actually taught me how to be able to build and recruit and things of that nature.
Got it. So come over here. Commission's a lot higher. I'm assuming,
A
right?
lot.
Which, which, which gets most people excited, Dennis. And then you have the fact that now you can build. So when you see this model, and you take your building skill set, and you see this model, you take your producing skill set, and you see what you can make as a personal producer on your own pen, and then how much more sustainable a building model actually could be. What thoughts were going through your head? How did you actually get recruited over here?
So, how I actually got recruited over here was one of my I guess you could say foxhole buddies, man, that I was coming up in the business with. He had came over to FFL, and honestly, Mark, man, everybody's on social media, right? So he's posting, and it said like this amount of families. I said, ho. I said, hold up. He said I did it in a week and a half. I said, ho. I said, how you do that in a week and a half? So I said, man, look, we got to talk. So, at this point, you know what I mean? Because I realize it's not about being faithful to a company, right? Or organization, it's about being faithful to my family. And, even though I was winning trips and all those things, I was still broke. You know what I'm saying? Look good, but I wasn't making any money. So I said, man, how, and he was just like, look, bro, he was like, man, the same thing we're doing over there, man, you can do it over here, higher commission. And when you bring your people in, they not starting out at, at like bottom of the totem pole, they can feel comfortable and make some things happen. Man, I was like, man, you know what? It took like maybe 2 or 3 days, man. I just made a decision. I was like, you know what? That's it, man. I'm coming over, bro. I'm coming home. I'm coming through. Because I need this, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, just the fact that everybody can do the same exact thing and not feel like I have to keep you from growing because over there, hey, if you grew to a certain thing, I didn't want you necessarily, what I mean, like pass me or whatever the case may be. But here I feel comfortable. It doesn't matter.
Right. That's how empowering is that, as a business owner, you know what I mean? You in this business, hey, I'm over here, I'm doing the same exact things I'd be doing over here, but over here, I just have a lot more freedom and a lot more ability to help more people and make more,
yeah,
that's different.
It's so different. And one of the things because I was captive, right? And being over here now is like the chains are off me. Like you said, I could help like 97% of people. You know what I'm saying? Like where I was only in a market of maybe 20, 30, and you had to kind of have a certain age and so forth and so on. Now, man, it don't even matter. So like you said, it's I feel so much free. I tell people, hey, look, man, non-captive, this is the way to go, man. It's the way to be.
So as you started recruiting, as you started thinking about recruiting, what are some of the methods you've used to recruit and bring people over?
Oh, so with recruiting, man, one of the things I really feel like is you got to find out what they want. It ain't about what we can offer. Everybody's offering something, right? Ours just much better, but you get what I'm saying. But the reality of it is but the reality of it is that you have to really find out what it is that they're looking for. Why do they hate their job? Why do they want more? Right? You got to really dig deep and get into a person's why. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you got to get into what the why is in the intro before we talk about the long why. Okay, and immediately right now, why are you looking for something else? We need to figure that out, right? So we got to start solving and putting out little fires before we start going for, putting out the fire of the building. So that's one of the things that I tend to do, you know what I mean? And I have a little method, with doing that, just asking certain questions like, what are you doing now? What do you enjoy? What would you alter, change, so forth and so on? And then, hey, look, now let's start dreaming. Let's start thinking about what would this look like? And we get them into that point, and then now they're more open. People want to talk about themselves, like kind of like I'm talking right now, right? So you got to get people to start talking about themselves. What do they want to do? And you got to start really, really maximizing and illuminating those dreams that they're looking for, and then get the opportunity.
I love it. If people are listening, it's clear that you're doing this often, right? Because you have word tracks and you have, things that you constantly lean to. Now, is this more warm market or is this through DMing and social media?
I would say a little bit of both. Warm market, for sure. I mean, that's pretty much, how I was groomed in the business.
Right.
I was pretty much, warm market prospect and so forth and so on. But DMing, talking to people, seeing, going through my own phone, texting, who do you know? I'm not even directly asking them, hey, if you want to do something, cool, but who do you know? Pretty much talking to people who I know have a network of people. Not just people who just in my phone. I mean, yeah, we could talk like that, but I'm really kind of more so going for people who I know has a nice network of people that I would like to really get into.
It makes sense. Now, I want to hear that pitch because there's definitely an art to that. And I don't know if that's a text or a phone call.
Either or. I either shoot them a text or I give them a phone call. I mean, I like to talk, so I'd rather kind of talk to you.
Okay.
So that way I can kind of fill you out a little bit more as we're talking. Texting is kind of a little dry, and people can leave you on red. But if I'm talking to you, what I'm saying, I have a higher chance of getting what I need to get.
So
from
how
that.
do you pick who you're going to call, who you're going to talk to? How do you go through that and actually, and then when do you set aside the time to start making these dials?
People who are focusing on being like influencers, right? And if they're not necessarily have a huge following, but I see them on social media all the time. They're always posting, they're always somewhere, right? So that means, as everybody say, they outside, right? They always outside. So I want to talk to people that's always outside, right? Also people who are
I'm
business
outside.
owners. Yeah, outside, right?
Outside.
And then me being in the music kind of like the music industry and stuff like that, especially around church and stuff like that, pastors, right? Talk to them because they have congregation, they have an influence with people in their congregation, right? And they have, people who's, looking for jobs or people who's looking to, to do extra things, whether it's through seminars or workshops, stuff like that. That's pretty much how I like find my people.
Okay.
So, like I said, through a network of people who's entrepreneurial, look, social medias, people who's always influencing, and people who have threats of success. And those are kind of things that I look like. People who've accomplished things, made some things happen, so forth and so on.
Love it. Now, what is that? So you pick your people now. You're going to start dialing them. I pick up the phone. What does that sound like?
Mark, what's going on, bro? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Man, I just finished dropping the kids off. A couple of them in sports
Yeah.
and everything. So, they got me running around. Man, how's the family?
I'm doing the same stuff, man.
Nice.
Dropping the kids off to and fro sports. I mean, it's unrelenting.
Man, yeah, you ain't never lied, man. You ain't never lied, bro. So look, Mark, man, look. There's some things that I'm, currently working on, right? And I'm looking for some great people, man. My office is expanding, and I know you already got some things going on, but I know you have a great network of people, man, and I know some people who's ambitious, who's hungry, who's looking to make some things happen, man. Just wanted to see if you'd be willing to, man, to just point me in the direction of 10 people that you know of that's really looking to really make some moves this year.
Wow, I like that. What is this about, though?
So basically, just about helping people who's looking to build an agency, in the financial industry.
Okay.
Just things of that nature. Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is, man. And again, it's no pressure, nothing like that, but just really more so just talking to them, just about the opportunity of just really becoming a business owner, really taking the entrepreneurship to the next level, and then being able to show them how they could be able to leverage this thing, be it part time or even spare time.
Got it. And financial, like, what kind of financial stuff do y'all do?
And teach people, about how money works, how to become their own bank. Also show people, how to help families, and educate them, things like that.
Okay, so like more financial education type stuff.
Yep, along those lines, and
Okay.
and again, being able to help families protect themselves. What I mean, you look, bro. We've seen the GoFundmes and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just passed, three of them on my timeline just now. So we do stuff like that to be able to put people in a position to not do those things. So, like I said, it's encompassing everything, man. Education, building a business, and just helping people protect themselves, and and making some money along the way.
Can they make good money?
Oh, they'll be in a position to be able to make money Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday check. You know what I'm talking about? Not just not just every 2 weeks, man, but they'll be in a position where they can really be able to print money every day.
I ain't mad at that. So I like that though. So that kind of encompasses, you getting into the conversation and what you're doing to kind of spark it and get that thing moving. So I love hearing it, man. I'm excited about what's headed for you, trending with my boy Dennis, and I appreciate you jumping on with us and sharing. If you could give a parting shot to a new agent, what would it be?
What one of the things is you should be locking into your coach, mentor, right? You need to be calling and talking with them every day, right? And the reason being is because this is new territory, right? You don't necessarily know how to navigate or do everything, right? But your coach or mentor has experience, right? They've already done what you're looking to embark on, and so what they're going to do is they're going to help you collapse those time frames, right? Not only just that, but you also need to be a person who's researching constantly, looking at the different podcasts on telesales, on building an agency, right? Self-developing is going to be huge. You gotta be into the book of the month. If there's a book of the month that your team is putting out, you must read it. Because again, everything starts with the mindset, right? We always hear, change your mind, change your life.
Mm.
But the reality of it is that's the reality. And in order to have a longevity in this business for a number of years, man, your mind has to be conditioned and has to be tough, because you're going to hear a lot of no's. You're going to there's going to be a couple of things that's going to happen that could possibly derail you. But as long as you're locked into your coach, as long as you are self-developing, as long as you know your goal and what you're here to accomplish and achieve, man, nothing can take you off that path.
Man, I love it, man. I'm excited for what you got going on, bro. I'm excited to get you back on here and talk about what the year has treated you like, 2023, and how you're going to launch into this next stage of your career. So I appreciate you jumping on with us, brother.
Absolutely, man. Mark, I appreciate you.
Tri-State trending, baby. Keep listening. Appreciate y'all. God bless.